56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, is the reviver of KAILASA, this ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. KAILASA is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and sovereign continuation and revival of multiple of these historical Hindu sovereign states and Hindu ecclesiastical entities. The unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through KAILASA results in the legal recognition of KAILASA as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, changes in government, territorial adjustments, measures taken during military occupation, or other internal transformations do not negate the existence of the country, do not affect the legal personality and international obligations of the country or state. The Vienna Convention on Succession of States in respect of treaties, 1978, addresses these principles of the doctrine of continuity as it outlines international law during situation of state succession or continuation. International law recognizes a state's legal personality by recognizing its identity. This perspective extends even during the period when the given state or country is annexed or occupied by a foreign power. Even in such cases, the legal personality of the state is considered to persist, enabling its subsequent re-establishment. Historical examples dating back to the 18th century include cases like Portugal and Genoa that were re-established after the Vienna Congress of 1815. More recent examples include countries such as Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, and Austria that were re-established after World War II. Even when a nation is deprived of its territory, the nation continues to exist. Its sovereignty and international legal personality continues to persist. The Dalai Lama, as the spiritual and temporal leader of Tibet, exemplifies this principle. In 1959, the Dalai Lama was exiled and forced to flee. Despite the challenges faced, the Dalai Lama continues to advocate for the preservation of Tibetan culture and garners worldwide support for Tibetan autonomy on the global stage. Similarly, from 1309 to 1376, the Pope of Catholicism had been in exile in Avignon. Despite this, he was recognized as the head of state as well as head of the church and given full privileges of the position after their return to Rome. Even in 1861, much of the papal territories had been lost, leaving the Pope with no sovereign territory other than the papal residence and related buildings. Yet his temporal powers were still acknowledged. He was recognized as a head of state, and later, the Lateran Treaty of 1929 formally re-established papal sovereignty over the Vatican City. The Sovereign Order of Malta further exemplifies this principle, retaining international recognition as a sovereign entity despite the permanent loss of their territory upon Napoleon's invasion in June 1798. Despite such permanent loss of territory, the sovereignty and the international legal personality of the Sovereign Order of Malta continue to persist. Much later in 1894, the order settled in Rome and acquired two properties, the Magistral Palace and the Magistral Villa that received extraterritorial status. Today, the order maintains diplomatic relations with 112 countries, issues its own diplomatic passports, currency, stamps, and vehicle registration plates, and has been granted observer status in the United Nations. All these examples of state re-establishment illustrate the principle of continuity of states, as per international law, that a state's legal personality persists over time. A nation continues to exist even after a complete loss of territory. A far more striking example is of the oceanic countries, which are under the threat of their entire nation being drowned and submerged due to rising sea levels owing to global warming. In response to such existential threat of climate change, Pacific Island nations, including Tuvalu, have enacted constitutional amendments and made international declarations affirming that their nation and their sovereign rights will continue to persist, despite their entire territory being lost to the sea. This proactive stance is highlighted in the Constitution of Tuvalu Act 2023 and the Pacific Islands Forum Declaration of 2021. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, through the line of succession is the present 203rd Emperor of the Hindu sovereign kingdom of Surangi Samrajya. He was crowned on the 31st of December 2004 at the age of 26. Thus, by very same principles of the doctrine of continuity, through which the international legal personality of Portugal, Genoa, Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, Austria, Vatican, Tibet, Sovereign Order of Malta, and several other nations has been recognized despite having undergone a period of exile, annexation, occupation by a foreign power, or despite loss of territory. The SPH Nithyananda Paramashivoham, through well-established legal and historical facts about the Hindu sovereign state of the Surangi Samrajyam, derives all sovereign rights and powers of the royal lineage of the Surangi Samrajyam as its 203rd sovereign emperor, from his inheritance and continuation of the unbroken succession of the kingdom of Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam Sarvanapitha. Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam, through unification with 20 other sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical, historical entities, became part of the United States of KAILASA, which thus became a sovereign, independent juridical state, with the SPH Nithyananda Paramashivoham as the sovereign. Just as how the oceanic nations like Tuvalu have safeguarded their sovereignty from the existential threat of total submersion by amending their constitution and asserting that their sovereignty will persist regardless of the loss of their territory, KAILASA, which is a sovereign continuation of 21 sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical historical entities, is also reviving and continuing the Kumari Kandam Hindu nations that got submerged. As per the doctrine of continuity, these facts imply that the Kailasa's statehood is recognized by international law and manifests as a natural outcome of well-established historical legal facts. Share your time, talent, and treasure. Become part of KAILASA. Sign up as an eCitizen https://kailasa.ecitizen.info.
With Paramashiva's grace, we have evolved UAN, United Nations for Ancient Nations. Paramashiva successfully manifested, and now he is introducing this to all of you, to the world formally, United Ancient Nations. It is United Nations for Ancient Indigenous Nations. This is a profound intergovernmental body. More than 100 ancient nations are already part members of this UAN. It is to unite and support all the indigenous nations, indigenous kingdoms all over the world.
Around 5,000 years ago, at the end of Mahabharat War, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, is the reviver of KAILASA, this ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. KAILASA is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and sovereign continuation and revival of multiple of these historical Hindu sovereign states and Hindu ecclesiastical entities. The unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through KAILASA results in the legal recognition of KAILASA as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, changes in government, territorial adjustments, measures taken during military occupation, or other internal transformations do not negate the existence of the country, do not affect the legal personality and international obligations of the country or state. The Vienna Convention on Succession of States in respect of treaties, 1978, addresses these principles of the doctrine of continuity as it outlines international law during situation of state succession or continuation. International law recognizes a state's legal personality by recognizing its identity. This perspective extends even during the period when the given state or country is annexed or occupied by a foreign power. Even in such cases, the legal personality of the state is considered to persist. enabling its subsequent re-establishment. Historical examples dating back to the 18th century include cases like Portugal and Genoa that were re-established after the Vienna Congress of 1815. More recent examples include countries such as Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, and Austria that were re-established after World War II. Even when a nation is deprived of its territory, the nation continues to exist. Its sovereignty and international legal personality continues to persist. The Dalai Lama, as the spiritual and temporal leader of Tibet, exemplifies this principle. In 1959, the Dalai Lama was exiled and forced to flee. Despite the challenges faced, the Dalai Lama continues to advocate for the preservation of Tibetan culture and garners worldwide support for Tibetan autonomy on the global stage. Similarly, from 1309 to 1376, the Pope of Catholicism had been in exile in Avignon. Despite this, he was recognized as the head of state as well as head of the Church and given full privileges of the position after their return to Rome. Even in 1861, much of the papal territories had been lost, leaving the Pope with no sovereign territory other than the papal residence and related buildings. Yet his temporal powers were still
Nithyanandam Paramasukhalam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Vandvatitam Gaganasrisham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvati Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami.
Yes, Nithyanam, all of you.
Nithyanam, everyone.
And welcome to today's day. We just had a darshan and the satsang revelations by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. And so this is the right time after when your energy is lifted, your frequency is raised to that super conscious energy because of the Nayana Diksha that you received. This is the right time that we start manifesting the powers. So let's get ready. Requesting all of you to get ready for the power manifestation. Before that, let's welcome each one of us who are here with us. We have Ma Sally Chan, Nithyanandam.
Nithyanama.
We also have Po Huan Jin, Nithyanandam.
Nithyanama.
Ma Judy, Nithyanandam.
Nithyanam.
Ma Paramashivoham, Nithyanandama.
Nithyanama.
Sharme Moz, Nithyanandam.
Nithyanam.
Ma Maha Satya, Ma Param Satya, Nithyanandam.
Nithyanam.
Ma Jnana Prakashini, Nithyanandam.
Nithyanam.
Ma Purishananda, Nithyanandam.
Nithyanama.
Ma Anupama, Nithyanandam.
Nithyanama.
And also we have persons with the cameras off, requesting all of you to switch on your cameras. Ma KAILASA Yogini, Dong Kui Ping, Nithyanandam. Paramashivoham says Nithyanandam, yes, Nithyanandam. Ma Fatima KAILASA Florence, Nithyanandama.
Nithyanama.
Ma Anand Param Shakti, Nithyanandam.
Nithyanam.
Ma Nitya Shanga Shakti, Nithyanandama.
Nithyanam.
Ma Parabram Sarupini, Nithyanandam.
Nithyanama.
Aloki Aya, Nithyanandam.
Nithyanama.
We have Gu Swing Singh, Nithyanandam. Zhang Zi Ho, Nithyanandam.
Yes, Nithyanam to everyone. So once again, requesting everyone to please switch on your cameras and be available in the camera frame for this round of power manifestation. So for this round, we'll go back to the power manifestation of the third eye vision, seeing images blindfolded. So requesting everyone, let us get ready by having the eye bands. If you don't have any eye bands, then you can use any piece of cloth that is opaque in nature, such that you cannot see through the material itself. So requesting everyone, let us put on the eye bands, put on the eye cover, and let us get ready for this power manifestation. And understand, as Maharaj mentioned just earlier, this is the best time to manifest this power. So Swamiji has infused us with super conscious energy, has lifted us to higher levels, to higher consciousness levels. And it is important that we brought in these levels. So understand, if you don't practice what Swamiji is teaching, if you don't start putting it into making it your daily lifestyle, it will simply go away. Similarly, if you have a book that you just keep on your bedside table, but you don't read it, the knowledge will not be there. So you read it once and then you put it away, the knowledge will be gone if you don't put it into the practice. So it's important that we put everything that Swamiji teaches us into practice. It's important that we put into practice also the power manifestations. As soon as Swamiji brought this, raises us to these higher levels of energy, higher levels of consciousness. So this is the most important time to do the power manifestation, to practice the power manifestation. So let us all please get our eye bands. Let's get ready for this power manifestation. The power of third eye vision, seeing images blindfolded. All right, so let us sit comfortably with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line, and let us bring our awareness to our inner space. Our inner space just below the heart center and just above the navel center. And let us hold the strong intention to connect to the divine and to manifest this power of third eye vision, seeing images blindfolded. And let us get in the space of oneness. Let us unclutch from any thoughts, from any worries, anxieties. Let's just unclutch and come back to the space of restful awareness. We unclutch by becoming the seer, becoming the observer, by not getting entangled in the thoughts that come up, the inner chatter, whatever it might be. Just become the witness. You can label them if you want, just as a thought comes up. You can put a label on it. Yes, this is a worry. This is an incompletion. This is a fear. Whatever it might be, just label it as such and become the seer. Distance yourself. Don't entangle with them. Don't get involved in them. Just become the witness. Again and again, you will slowly find the gap between two thoughts is getting wider. It is in this gap that we have the restful awareness, the connection to the divine. It is in this gap that we are in oneness with the divine. We bring our TPS down, our thoughts per second, by honing in to this space between two thoughts, by connecting to the divine in this space of restful awareness. So let us bring our full awareness to our inner space, in the space of restful awareness. Let us connect to Swamiji. Feel the feeling connection that we have to Swamiji in our inner space. Feel the space of oneness with Swamiji, with the divine, in our inner space, just below the heart center. Just take a moment and feel all of that in your inner space, your Anandaganda. Now let us move our awareness to the third eye, just between the eyebrows, and let us visualize Swamiji in our third eye. And gently, very gently, without straining ourselves or concentrating, just the way we would look at a flower, let us gaze into Swamiji's third eye. The third eye alone, keeping the two physical eyes closed, just the third eye. Let us gaze into Swamiji's third eye. As we do so, we feel the energetic connection from the Master's third eye to our third eye. We feel a light buzzing sensation, like build-up of energy in our third eye. As Swamiji is awakening our third eye and energizing it. Just take a moment to feel all of that in your third eye. Now let us start chanting the Mahavakya, which is the cosmic code word that Swamiji has given us to connect to him. The Mahavakya is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, which means Om, in eternal bliss, I am Paramashiva, reminding us of our divinity, our connection to the divine. Let us begin. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Yes, continue chanting the Mahavakya throughout this power manifestation. And from the space of oneness with Swamiji, let us now start manifesting the power of third eye vision, seeing images blindfolded. The image is being displayed for you now. Let us begin.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham 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 Om Nithyananda
Yes, slowly, very slowly. You can remove your hands, you can open your eyes from this meditative space, the space of oneness with Swamiji. You can slowly open your eyes and let's take a moment and you can start sharing what Swamiji revealed to you. So please go ahead, take a moment and share. Understand, the more you enter into the power manifestation, the more Swamiji takes you to the deeper dimension, deeper depth of your own being. Dimensions which you have never entered before. Swamiji reveals to you much more than you have gone through. So whenever you find time, do the power manifestation and go much deeper into your own being. Whether it is engrams, emotions, samskaras, vasanas, the more you live consciously, more you go deeper into it, you complete with all those, and ultimately being in oneness with Swamiji, that is the ultimate breakthrough that you can have.
Yes, so progressing once again, everyone, to please take a moment and share what was revealed to you in your third eye. What were the details of the image that we displayed for this round of power manifestation, the power of third eye vision, seeing images blindfolded. Also requesting everyone with the cameras switched off, please switch on your cameras and be available in the camera frame. Ma Judy, Ma Fatima KAILASA Florence, Ma Ananda Paramashakti, Ma Nitya Sangha Shaktini, Ma Parabrahma Swarupini, Lu Chi Aya, Ma Gui Tzu Jing, Ma Zhang Zi Ho. Requesting everyone please switch on your cameras and be available in the camera frame. And take a moment and share with us what was revealed to you in your third eye. Please go ahead.
Yes, understand, do not reserve yourself for sharing. The more and more you share, the more you start manifesting. So let's take a moment and start sharing. Then we'll be moving to the verification. We'll be projecting the image that we had projected. So please go ahead, take a moment and share. Meanwhile, we'd like to welcome. We were just joined by Ma Chow Yu Huang, Nithyananda.
Nithyananda. So let us now move on to the verification stage. If you're still sharing, please continue to do so. Meanwhile, let us display the image that we had for you earlier.
Yes. So this is the image. You can see it's a beautiful beach. You can see on the right side, on the left side, the sea and the water itself, and just the sun light, reflection is just falling on the water and just giving the beautiful bright light plus the particles, the stars. And you can see on the right side the beach itself. You can see the trees. It looks like a resort. And yes, so and the colors blue, white, green, gray. So and a little bit of blackish. So yes, this is a whole scene, a beautiful scene. Yes. So if you have seen anything related to the beach, water, even lake, trees, house, resorts, congratulate yourself. You have successfully manifested this power of third eye. All right. So with this, we'll be entering into the next revelation by Swamiji. Understanding that Swamiji will be guiding us through what you become, what you meditate on. So when you sit with your eyes closed, or what you meditate, you become that. So let's enter into this revelation by Swamiji, because most of the people, when they sit, they try to meditate. But what are you meditating on, and how it is going to help you in the super conscious breakthrough? So let's enter into this revelation with Swamiji.
In front of kids, if the father and mother fight, kids also learn that words. Get lost. Let you be damned. All these words they learn from parents. And this goes inside their neuro-linguistic programming. When they repeat those words again and again, they create that same emotion. That is why a person who again and again listens to the Vedas, even if you don't understand, if you continuously listen to the Vedas, the Sahasranama, Lakshmi Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, Vishnu Sahasranama, all these things, even if you don't listen, if you just listen once in a while, once in a 10 days or once in a 15 days, once in a month, even that very listening will cleanse your neuro-linguistic programming. Your NLP will be cleansed. The very listening will help you, because feeding of the good words inside your NLP itself is a great thing. When you feed these good words inside your NLP, that itself is a great thing. If you don't feed these great words, what you will do? You will be feeding all dirty words. You will be sitting in front of TV and watching all those things. All those words will, only that words will go inside, especially with the kids. When all these words goes inside, again and again they repeat these words and create the same emotion. For example, if you repeat the word peace, 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 peace for 10 times, without even your knowledge, even if you don't want, you will start smelling that peace in you. You will start feeling that peace in you. You will start feeling that silence in you. Just very remembrance of that word will start creating that emotion in you. So if you again and again repeat that word depression, 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 disease, what will happen? You start creating that. That's why I always tell doctors should meditate. Otherwise, simply they will fall sick. Because they are again and again handling the passions. Again and again those same words are going into their head. It's like every day, you see, when you come back from your clinic, you wash your hands. The same way you should wash your head. It's just like washing your head. Otherwise, those same words are continuously ringing in your head. And I've seen some doctors, even in the dream they utter these same words. They get attached with some patients and they will be continuously repeating some patient's name, some disease name. Even in the dreams, they will be uttering all these words. What will happen to you? Naturally, you are contemplating on sickness. Yat bhavam tat bhavati. In Sanskrit they say, what you think, you become that. What you visualize, you become that. Knowingly or unknowingly, continuously you are visualizing passions, sickness, disease, the word depression. What will happen to you? Naturally, it is very difficult. It is very difficult to keep that high energy, to keep that up energy. So, before patients meditate, doctors need to meditate. Actually, it is a basic thing for doctors to meditate. It's like cleaning themselves. And even if you are a doctor, even if you can't meditate, have some like this, some mantra, some chanting, some good words. Even if you don't like Sanskrit, at least have some English words, good words. Peace, bliss, ananda, some good words. And let continuously those words ring in your ears. Again and again try to infuse those words inside your system. That will help you. So that the depression, disease, passion, the same words will not be going inside your head. When you live in a solid way, in a particular way, you miss the reality. It's like usually you see only 120 degree. Only 120 degree. The other part is missing. But life is not just 120 degree. Life is 360. Not only this side 360, it is this side 360. It's not only one 360, it is the other 360 also. Horizontal 360 and vertical 360. But all you have is only 120 degree vision. You live in a solid way. As long as you live in a solid way, you use only 120 degree vision. And that also slowly reduces. That also slowly reduces. The more prejudices, less life energy. The more judgments you carry with you, less arguments you listen. Because already the judgments are there. You are not ready to listen to the arguments. You are not ready to live the life. The more solid you become, more dead. When you become completely solid, you are ready to live in your graveyard. Graveyard is the best place for the solid people. That's why. The moment you become solid, what they do? They put you in the graveyard. See, actually, the more you become solid, you make your house as a graveyard. Look at your own life. Analyze a little bit. What's what we are doing in our houses? Nothing but sleeping. The joy, laughing, dancing, singing, all these things are lost. It has become a remote thing in our life. Only once in a while, rarely, when you go to some party, when friends are pulling you, then you come out. All these things are lost. We have lost in touch with the reality. We have lost in touch with the living, with the life energy. All we do is we see the birds in the cinema and TV, that's all. The life, even the laughter is missing. Even the laughing is missing. If you laugh loudly, people start asking, what happened to you? Actually, if you are morose, sad, depressed, people feel okay, alright. You are alright, you are okay. Nobody questions you. Anybody questions you? If you are very silent, depressed, nobody questions you. They say, alright, you are right way. But if you are laughing loudly, if you are giggling, they ask, what happened to you? Why are you laughing? What is there? That became, are you okay? That became something unusual. See, living in a solid way has become lifestyle. Living in a solid way has become a reality for us. That's what. Living with 120 degree vision. Living with what we want to see. One more thing. Living with a real life is risky. Because life takes its own course. New persons. New situation. new decisions, new understanding. Even the same old person will become suddenly new. He may become suddenly intelligent. But we are not ready to accept that he has become intelligent. We are never ready to accept that somebody has become intelligent. Somebody has changed. I've always seen people, when they are married, 6 to 10 months, they will live together. By that time, they will create an idea about each other. The moment they create an idea about each other, they stop living with each other. They live only with that idea. Whatever he does, she will look only through that glass. And whatever she does, he will look only through that glass. And not only with husband or wife, with kids, with relations, with situations, with workers, with anything. We don't believe, we are not ready to trust that somebody can become intelligent. Leave about others. Even with you, you are not ready to trust yourself. You are not ready to trust yourself that you learn from your experiences. You again and again keep your low self-esteem. Again and again you underjudge. You don't judge yourself properly. Why? Because you don't trust, you also grow. Again and again you think, you weigh, you come to a conclusion about yourself only based on the weakest link in a chain. The strength of the chain is judged. How it is judged? Based on the strength of the weakest link. Same way, you also continuously judge yourself based on the weakest link. But your life is not a chain. You cannot be a chain. The strength of the chain can be judged based on the strength of the weakest link. But with you, it cannot be the reality. See, when you have the weakest moments, you are very dull, tired, depressed, low. You can't say you are always in the same mood. You are supposed to judge you with your high mood, with your maximum ability. Then you will bring your low moments also to that high level. If you judge yourself based on your low moods, you will bring your high moods also to that low level. Oh, whatever is said and done, what will I do? Finally, I will end up like this only. You will have a clear-cut conclusion. I may start this business. Anyhow, I know how I ended up in last other two businesses. Same thing only I am going to do now also. Let us do what can be done. This is a way of thinking. The problem is, the worst curse you can have is this mental setup. If you have this mental setup, be sure you will not go to hell after death. Because you are living in the hell. You are already in the hell. This mental setup is what I call hell, nothing else. The mental setup of seeing what you want, or living with your idea, living with your prejudice, living with your judgment about yourself, about others, about situation, about society. That's another one thing. Continuously everybody blames the society. And it's a great pleasure to blame others actually, especially for Indians. To talk about others, other Indians, other Indian community. I went to so many American cities. And of course, usually NRIs are our main devotees. The percentage is NRIs only more. I have always seen they go on blaming the group. Each one, when they come near me, they blame the other group. When that person comes near me, they blame the other group. Swamiji, you don't know about this group, you be careful with that group. And when that other group comes to me, they start telling me, Swamiji, better be careful with them, you don't know about them. And continuously blaming the other group. Once you decide some idea about the society, you never think that person is also intelligent. He must have done some mistakes some 10 years ago. You are not ready to let go. You are not ready to let go. See, I've always seen people who are ready to let go, they live in heaven. They live in heaven. Even if they do all sorts of mistakes, even if they do all possible wrong things, whatever you call socially, even if you think that they are characterless or whatever you think, but if they have this one mental setup of let go, that letting things disappear or letting the things happen, people who don't keep file, I have seen, they always live in heaven. The other group is also there, who are very disciplined, strict, but they never let go of the things. They keep a big file. They neither forgive themselves, nor they forgive others. They continuously suffer. People come and again ask me, Swamiji, why do good people suffer and bad people live happily? Actually, bad people can let go. They can forgive themselves and forgive others. If you have that one habit of forgiving you and forgiving others, whatever bad qualities you have, you will never suffer. You will never suffer. And there is no other bad quality according to me. According to me, the only bad quality is keeping big file on your head. Keeping a big file on your head. Continuously referring that file. The moment you see her in the party, you don't smile directly. You just refer that file. And then smile. You don't go and give your hand. How are you? You don't directly hug. You just refer that file. What is the past? And then you smile only that much. You open only 2 inch or 1 inch, or you don't open. You just turn your head and go away. And especially in the Indian community, I always see with Indian community continuously referring files. See, according to me, the only bad habit is the continuously referring files. Continuously referring files. One thing, he or she would have done some mistake in the past. And how can we think that he has not grown at all? She has not grown at all. Everybody grows. Everybody grows. Everybody takes their own time. And one more thing, the people who don't forgive others, they don't forgive themselves also. Understand? They don't forgive themselves also. They will be continuously torturing themselves. The guilt and the anger is one and the same. If you are angry with others, you will be creating guilt about yourself. Don't think you can be intelligent. You will only blame others and you will not blame yourself. No. You are not so intelligent. If you have wrong words, violent words against others, you will use those same words about yourself. With yourself. The power of the spoken word is not small as you think. The spoken word is as powerful as a sword. It's just like a sword. If you try to kill others, naturally you will commit suicide. If you use the wrong words towards others, if you are not able to forgive others, you will not be able to forgive yourself also. According to me, the only bad quality is not able to forget things. Not able to forget things. If you have the memory loss, please be very clear, God is blessing you. You have the things of the divine. Now really I tell you, people come and tell me, Swami, please give me memory power. Please give me past life memories. I tell them, Are, last 50, 60 years memory itself is haunting you. If you get the past life memory also, what will happen? The smile which you are having now, once in a while, that also will disappear. That also will disappear. So many people come and tell me, Swamiji, he drinks too much. He does all these things. She does all these things. He does this type of mistakes. And she does this type of mistakes. And people come and complain to me. I tell them, you see, even if they do all those things, they are very happy. But even if you don't do, thinking all those things, you are unhappy. Thinking all those things, you are unhappy. Then how can you call yourself as a good person? They come and tell me, she does all these things, he does all these things, they are all happy, but I am not happy, I am a good person, I don't do anything. You may not do anything, but you are continuously thinking. So according to me, the people who have got that idea of easygoing, even if they don't have the so-called morality, they live happily. According to me, the only morality, the greatest morality is forgiving and forgetting. Forgiving and forgetting. If you can do that one simple thing, that's what there's a beautiful Sufi saying, who is God and who is man? If you do 100 mistakes and do only one good thing, God will remember that one good thing. If you do 100 good things and only one mistake, man will remember only that one mistake. The person who remembers only one good thing is God. The person who remembers the only one bad thing is man. And I have always seen people are not ready to let go. They have prejudice about the society. And when they meet in the parties, the moment they see some particular person, they will decide, I think she is going to talk about me only. He is going to talk about me only. She is going to tell something about me only. From a distance itself, you stand and watch. Even if he or she never bothers you, you will be continuously waiting. When you can catch them, when you can tell something. If they simply turn towards you once or twice and they talk something else also, what you do? Immediately you go to that person and ask, what did she tell about me? What did he tell about me? And you have spies also to give material, to give information. Now actually this all I am telling, these all are the major hindrances for your cognitive shift. And people come and ask me again and again, Swamiji, please tell us something to get enlightened. Please tell us something to get spiritual life. And they expect me to give some technique. Like close your eyes and sit and chant Om 10 times. Or do Mahamantra. See, doing just 10 minutes, 20 minutes, will not do anything. That is not going to do much. 24 hours how you live, that only is going to play a major role. I have always seen people doing 5 hours, 6 hours they will spend in meditation, bhajan, kirtan and everything. The moment they come judging, even in the parties you will not be happy. You will be bothering about who is talking about me, who is commenting about me, what they are saying about, what they are thinking. Let me go and analyze. Even if you don't get the material directly, you will have 2-3 spies. You please come and tell me what they said. You please go and talk to her and just find out what she feels about me. And we go on collecting material. The prejudiced way of living, having a judgment about society, about yourself, about situations, about persons, about places, even about places. Understand one more thing about places. You have an idea, if you go to beach, you will relax. If you go to office, you will be in tension. You have a clear-cut idea. Even if there is no tension, the moment you enter into your office and go to your table, you start telling, you start shouting, I bring this, bring that, what happened to this, what happened to that. And you start rolling the things. And there will be no work practically. You will be simply sitting and vegetating. But you start shouting because our prejudice. Office means I should be stressed. I should be in tension. Only then you feel like that your work, your job. You have a prejudice about everything, about every place. Prejudice about the places, that also makes you solid. That also makes you solid, rigid. Living in the rigid way is what I call living as you want. Living in a simple way, innocent way is what I call living as it is. If you can shift from as you want to as it is, the cognitive shift has happened in you. Try. I'm not saying you need to do some tapasya 24 hours. No. There is no need to sit inside the fire. There is no need to sit inside the fire and do the panchatapas, all those things. Nothing is necessary. Sit in your office and be happy, that's enough. Sitting in your office, try to relax. Again and again, consciously break these prejudices. Prejudices which you have about the persons. When you see somebody next time, if you have a prejudice, try to drop and look at him or her as he is or as she is. Try in a very simple way. Decide next 11 times I will not have prejudice about her. I will not look at him with my prejudice for next 11 times. I am not saying you need to do throughout your life. Just try for 11 times. Then you will understand how big freedom to live without prejudice. About any place, decide for next 11 days, I will not be prejudiced about my office. For next 11 days, because in 11 days, your mental setup changes. In every 11 days, you undergo a cognitive shift. That is why they ask you to do Ekadasi Vrata. Every 11th day you are asked to do Vrata. Because every 11 days, once in 11 days, your mental setup changes. Next 11 days, I will not be prejudiced about my office. Next 11 days, I will not be prejudiced about my relationships. Next 11 days, I will not be prejudiced about my society. Next 11 days, I will not be prejudiced about my families. Family or friends or any other relation. Next 11 days, I will not be prejudiced about my body. One more thing, you have prejudice about your body. You decide, if I stand in the cold for 2 minutes, I will have problem. You decide strongly. And actually you may not have a problem, but you again and again touch your throat. I think I am getting. And you get it. And you have a clear-cut idea, if I don't take coffee, I will have headache. And you are so clear, and the moment that day coffee is delayed for some reason, if you are missing the coffee, you continuously concentrate on the head. I think I am having a headache. Till the day comes, you don't leave. You meditate and bring the headache, only then you are satisfied. Now things are going properly. You have prejudice about your body. About everything you have prejudice. You live with a mental setup of what you want. If you can liberate yourself from that mental setup, simply the cognitive shift has happened in you. Instead of living with Mithya, you will start living with Nithya. From Mithya to Nithya. From ephemeral to eternity. It's a very simple concept. You see, it is. I have not said anything which you don't know. Whatever I said, you know. The problem is you know too much. That is the problem. You know too much. When you know too much, you take it for granted. A small story. One guy wanted to sell his house. He went to the real estate agent. Told him, please sell my house. And after a week, suddenly he ran to that same real estate agent and told, no, I don't want to sell my house. Please withdraw the advertisement. The agent asked, why, what happened? I already publicized in the newspaper about your house. Why suddenly you changed your mind? This guy said, only after reading your advertisement about my house in the newspaper, I understood my house is exactly as I wanted it to be. Exactly as I wanted it to be. Only then I understood the greatness of my house. Same way, you do so many things in your life. Just for next few days, drop what you know already and just try to live. Just for 11 days, try this simple experiment. Very playfully. Try very playfully. When you walk in your garden, you think that I know my whole garden. Drop that idea and look at it in a fresh way, how a child looks. The child goes with all curiosity to school. How he or she looks, same way look at it. Whenever you remember, you don't even have to create guilt. What you will do? Oh, you will take a oath. Tomorrow onwards I will do this. And you will forget 2-3 times. When you forget 2-3 times, you decide, I cannot do all these things. This is not for me. Alright, better let us drop it.
Yes, so a powerful revelation by Swamiji. The person who is ready to let it go will be happy, and the person who is even if disciplined, even if is not letting go, he'll be in hell. Even the person who has done so much mistakes, but he's ready to go, he'll be happy. So the ability to let go, Swamiji says, gives too much importance to it. Other things Swamiji also revealed. With this, we have actually now come to the conclusion for the today's day of Paramashivoham. So with this, we will now chanting the Pur Mantra. But of course, join us back tomorrow. The day will be starting with the Nithyananda Yoga. Do not miss the yoga. Swamiji has been consistently telling us to be consistent with the yoga. So let's bring our hands Namaskar Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarapanastu Om Nithyanandam. Yes, thank you everyone.
Thank you, Nithyananda, everyone. See you all again tomorrow.
Yes, thank you.